Business Headlines, and Marcus Carlson is back.
Yes. Hi there, Melissa. Hi there, everyone. We're going to start with the Singapore Air Show, which is underway. An Airbus got a boost there earlier. An aircraft leasing company put in an order for 20 Airbus A3 Super Jumbos. It's seen as a lift for the European plane maker, as A380 sales, they've been somewhat sluggish. Looking away from passenger jets, defence companies are also looking for a boost in Singapore and in Asia overall. It's the one region in the world where defence spending is actually growing. Olivia Salazar-Winspe has more.
When diplomatic posturing increases, higher defence spending follows suit. A commercial opportunity that aviation companies are pouncing upon at the Singapore Air Show. Military budgets in Asia are swelling as countries like China and Japan look to add hardware to their arsenals.
The realities, of course, is what's going to happen vis-a-vis the South China Sea. How do you deal with the continuing threats of terrorism, piracy?
Spending in the Asia-Pacific region is growing year on year, while the West trims its outlay. Last year, China had the second largest defence budget after the US, a figure Beijing's looking to increase by some $30 billion over the next 2 years. At the air show, specialist firms are looking to lure buyers with the latest in state-of-the-art technology. Drones is one area that's on the up.
We think that there's growing popularity for unmanned systems. We believe they could play a key role. Currently, we are having discussions with South Korea and Japan for our Global Hawk, and Australia as well for the Triton system.
One of this year's star products among the fighter jets and helicopters is the P-8A Poseidon. It might look like a regular passenger plane, but with torpedoes, depth charges and anti-ship missiles. Boeing's hoping it'll attract plenty of customers here in Singapore.
We're going to take a look at the stock markets next. There's a little less than an hour to go before the US markets shut up shop this session, and as you can see here, the indices, they are mixed this hour. Shares in Procter & Gamble, they're weighing on the Dow and the S&P 500. This, as the world's largest maker of household products, cut its sales and earnings forecast this year. In Europe earlier, the indices also closed higher. Encouraging trade data out of China helped shares, as there are hopes that China isn't slowing as much as previously feared. As you can see here, though, the FTSE 100 barely making it above the flat line, whereas we saw some healthier gains there for the CAC 40 and for the DAX in Frankfurt. Looking at some individual company news, shares in Société Générale gained more than 5% in European trading. It came as the French bank reported a €2.2 billion profit for last year. That's 3 times higher than in 2012. The lender also said that it will double dividend payments to shareholders. It's seen as a sign that a large restructuring at Société Générale is paying off. French car maker Peugeot Citroën has reached a deal to deepen cooperation with China's Dongfeng. That's according to Reuters, quoting sources familiar with the matter. It's understood that Dongfeng and the French state would each buy a stake in Peugeot. The deal would also raise up to €4 billion for the troubled French car maker. And staying with cars, Toyota is recalling 1.9 million cars of its hybrid model Prius. The Japanese car maker says it's due to a software problem that could affect the hybrid system on board. Toyota says no accidents or injuries have been reported due to this issue. Around half of the cars are being recalled in Japan. Prius owners in the United States and Europe are also affected. And we're going to end on somewhat of an arty note. Global art sales rebounded and hit a new record high last year. A French firm that gathers data on the art market says global sales amounted to €8.8 billion. That figure covers paintings, sculptures and photographic prints. For a 4th year running, the Chinese market was the world's biggest, worth around €3 billion on its own. The US and the UK, they were in 2nd and 3rd place, whereas France followed in 4th. Not too shabby, €8.8 billion. That's a lot of art, I believe. Back to you, Melissa.
Thank you very much indeed, Marcus. A look there at the latest business headlines, 20 minutes past 9 here in Paris. We're going to have a look now at what's making waves on the World Wide Web. It's Web News.